Your third graders posting
My third graders have their own social media accounts. And no one is teaching them. Once you put it out there, like our kids are young to where they may not be thinking 10 years, 15 years from now, but that stuff still holds on to you.
This generation especially,
it's great.
You have such an opportunity to make so much money and make such an impact and completely change the course of your life.
In the next 10 years, they're going to come out of class for social media. They have to.
What's beautiful about social media and that people don't take advantage of is that there are 100 billion niches. If you like doing hair, if you like doing makeup, if you like shoes, if you like fashion,
eating in front of a camera,
eat in front of a camera,
making coffee.
Literally, make coffee, make food, do anything. Like the thing that you're like, I kind of enjoy doing this, but I don't think there's much of an audience for it.
Yeah.
There is.
She's looking at me like,
why are you surprised that she saved it?
Saving it. And I'm like,
sometimes we don't think they're listening to us, but they listen more than we think they do. Hey, best friends. Welcome to this week's episode of Teachers Off Duty. If you do not know me, I am Honest Teacher Vibes, and I am joined by my lovely co-hosts for the fourth week in a row.
Again, she's trying to be all nice. Like
she's
2 minutes ago.
Nice.
No. Because we say 3, 2, 1, and during 3, 2, and 1, she's like, Tyler, I hate you. Shut up.
I ain't never talked. Don't be dramatic.
I gotta set the stage. This is what happens before the cameras roll. You're saying 3, 2, 1, and she's like, Tyler, shut up. You're annoying. You got a big forehead. Hi, best friends.
I told you were annoying.
She says, Tyler, shut your face. You got a big forehead. Hi, friends.
Tyler. Do we need to hold hands?
No one's holding my hand.
Tyler.
We need to hold hands.
Tyler.
No one's holding my hand.
Tyler.
I feel like
Have I ever said you are annoying?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
You absolutely have.
Okay. I feel like this could be a curve for all of us.
She's not our therapist.
And we're moving on. Hi, everyone. I am Shelby Lattimore and Miss Lattimore. Stop the scolding. Stop looking at each other. I'm not working right now, and yet I still feel like I'm working. Social media, Teaching with Miss L, Teaching with Miss Lattimore, Shelby _ that's me. Go check me out. Go ahead, Mr. J. Stop. Don't put her chapstick
This is why when we talk about who get written up, it would be you. Put that chapstick down.
Yeah.
I hit her right in the forehead.
You're proving that younger child.
You already hit me in the forehead
narrative.
with a gummy bear one time when we were doing that one episode.
Why do you always bring up the gummy bear forehead thing?
Because you said I told you was annoying and I didn't.
Inside voices.
You know, she teaches the third grade. Because middle school, I just be sitting there looking at them argue with each other. I wonder who's going to win.
High school,
my
school, I'm like, no, stop punching each other. Come on. Please
if
stop.
I taught high school, I'm not breaking it. No.
Oh, yeah. What, I'm going to jump in there with a bunch of 300-pound 10th graders and get my ass kicked? No.
Yeah, no.
I wake up 5 minutes later on the floor?
Eye.
No.
Yeah, no.
It's not going to happen. My name's Tyler Jakowski, otherwise known as Fishing for Clout. Fishing for Clout on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. The Twitch is new. It's fun. And then on Instagram, it's Tyler Jakowski Official. And I think it's just Tyler Jakowski on Snapchat. The Snapchat's fun too. What?
So
Snapchat is fun.
I was looking at my text messages and I realized that I have your name.
Uh-oh.
I swear to God. Say it.
What is it?
Say it.
What is it?
This was when I first met you though. I didn't hear.
Oh, is it?
Oh, now it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
I didn't hear what you said your social media name was.
I swear to God.
I have you saved in my phone as Tyler Chasing for Clout.
Hey, that would be a nice.
I don't know why. I just realized it today. Like while we were changing shirts, and I don't know. But did you say fishing when we first met? Did we meet? This one we met in Washington D.C. Put my chapstick down. Stop holding it hostage with your dirty fingers.
Oh, now the fingers are dirty.
Listen, I feel like we need to change seats. Like there needs.
Oh yeah, just put me over there. I'll throw it from further away.
No way, dude. Okay. Tyler is the person that I would have been in class with, and I would have gotten in trouble because he did something. But the teacher didn't see him. But my response, I smacked him or something. And
she would punch me in the throat, and then it would have been a problem.
Brianna, I'm like, he said something to me first,
and I would have said, "Oh, she hit me." Yep, 100%.
But he's the sneaky one to do it without like saying anything,
but see, I ain't got no chill.
Ready? I'll do it again. So for context, on the last podcast,
don't give no context.
I have a superpower. I have a superpower, and that superpower is neither of these two can beat me in rock, paper, scissors.
I haven't tried today.
I have beat Bree probably 5 times.
That was the last time.
I'm going to play each of them once, and I'm going to beat both of them.
We can do that.
Right.
One time, not best of 3. One time. Who wants to go first? Who wants to lose first? They're both unconfident. This is good.
Shut up, Tyler.
Oh, there's 7. Ready?
Give me a second. It's not on your timing. Give me a second.
All right, your timing.
Because how do you win every time, bro?
Because I'm a genius.
I genuinely don't understand.
I'm a genius.
I gotta think about what he would do, but then he wouldn't do it.
It's a mind game, bro. It's a mind game.
I gotta think about how he thinks.
I already know what you're gonna do.
No, how?
I already know. I can tell.
I'm gonna get it.
How?
It's a confidence thing. Like you have to spew it.
Yeah.
Because I'm about
spew
to get
it, friend. Snap,
speak it into
What are
existence.
you?
Yeah.
Come on.
You ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What did I tell you? It's a confidence thing.
You know what's crazy? I actually thought in my head that you were going to do paper, and I wanted to match
What
you.
did I say?
That's crazy. All right,
I
your turn.
said he was going to do that. Come on.
If I could still beat Bree.
Confidence.
Ready?
Confidence. Come on, you got it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You.
It's because I was thinking about. I knew he was gonna. No, it wasn't.
I'm leaving.
She won. I'm gonna do this with my kids on Monday.
You should
see if I can beat them.
You've
never mind game thing.
You've never done the rock, paper, scissors Olympics?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I teach a novel called.
You
have
I got a little worried there. I was like, damn, sure, class must be boring.
I teach a novel by a guy named Jason Reynolds called Ghost about an inner city kid.
The same one that does How You Gonna Change the World. It's called
He wrote A Long Way Down, and he wrote.
Oh my God!
I only read
no.
romance
Sandra
novels.
Cisneros wrote.
Jason Reynolds wrote.
Yeah, I can't remember what else he wrote, but he's a good author.
It's like Look Both Ways.
Ain't that what? No, he wrote Long Way Down and Look Both Ways. Yep.
I taught Look Both Ways.
I only read romance novels.
No. Oh, you don't read novels with third grade.
No.
By
myself.
You know where you won't have to be by yourself at the Board Teachers Comedy Tour because you can bring your teacher bestie with you and read a spicy novel after.
No. It's not the one with the dragons, is it?
No, not fantasy.
I like the fantasy ones.
I can't get all those words.
I'm talking about.
I am uncomfortable.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking
She's
about.
talking about those.
I said romance.
So
this just in.
You can come have a great time with your romantic partner friends. Nope. I feel awkward. All right. So, you can come have a great time. It's at the Board Teachers Comedy Tour this fall. We are in Long Beach. Matter of fact, today at 3 p.m. What's up, Long Beach, California? Where you at? You better have them tickets. Be at the show. Be there or be square. 3 p.m. today, Long Beach, California. Southern California teachers, come out and laugh away your Sunday scaries. Because Sunday scaries be scary.
Yeah.
They do.
Okay? It's a nightmare on Elm Street. And y'all's kids are Chucky. And then next
Chucky's
week.
not even in that movie.
It don't matter. The whole,
Freddy.
it's a conglomerate of scary children. Yeah.
You ever see their dancing videos on TikTok?
Whose?
Where the people who dress up at like the scary people.
Yeah, them trying to be stressing me out.
And then they be like, they really be dancing.
They do be hitting it, but I don't want to see.
I like it.
I ain't trying to see Pennywise or whatever his name is break dancing.
It's on there.
Nah,
I'm gonna show it to you when we done.
I'm not interested. All right, so then next week we'll be in Houston, Dallas, Waco, and San Antonio, Texas. Man, shout out to Texas, man.
Hell yeah.
Texas, we love Texas.
I've never been to Texas. I want to go.
What?
Never been to Texas.
You are a well-traveled individual. How have you not been to Texas?
I don't know. I've never been invited to anything in Texas.
Later on, when we talk about teacher speakers, somebody in Texas booked Tyler to come.
Yeah, right. Bring me down to Texas. Speakers,
I
would love to.
Okay, so Texas teachers, get your tickets. In December, we'll be in Cincinnati, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, Midland, Michigan, Lansing, Michigan, Patchogue. How you say this? Patchogue. How you say this?
Let me see.
We do. Patchogue.
Jesus. She's like talking about some province on Mars.
We'll be in Patchogue, New York. We got 2 shows. And then we'll be in Albany, New York. This is Albany, New York is James's hometown. What?
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, Albany, New York is James' hometown.
Crazy.
And then we'll be in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Then the 2026 tour. You already know what time it is. Starting January 2026. The tour is starting January 2026, but the tickets are now on sale. The Board Teachers Comedy Tour. Listen, by the time it's 2026, if you're a teacher and you haven't been to a Board Teachers Comedy Tour, come on, bestie.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Come on, bestie.
Crazy.
They're everywhere.
Laugh. Yeah,
they're coming everywhere.
We need to laugh away your trauma. Come on, friend.
That part.
So in January, we will be in Macon, Georgia, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Y'all stop playing. Y'all know teachers got trauma. These kids.
We know.
These kids be traumaing.
We know.
You know what I mean? Macon, Georgia, Spartanburg, South Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina, El Paso, Texas, Midland, Texas, Lubbock, Texas. That is in the month of January. Month of February, Amarillo. What up with it? Amarillo, Texas, Portland, Maine, Rhino, Maine, Lowell, Massachusetts.
Lowell.
Whatever, my boy. Lowell. San Luis, Obispo, California. What is Obispo? Said it like, San Luis Obispo, California, Los Angeles, California, Santa Barbara. And then in March, we'll be in San Diego, California, Cheyenne, Wyoming, Greeley, Colorado, Denver, Colorado Springs,
I believe
Colorado. Yeah.
Colorado Springs is gorgeous.
Yeah. So anyway, go grab your ticket.
Don't ever say that again.
Tyler. Yeah, come on, dab me up. Come on, Tyler. Tyler said he for the culture.
I just do what I get told to do.
Yeah,
he said say it. I said it.
He for the culture. So check out the description below
canceled.
if you will not. Check out the description below. If you do not see your city, shout out to board teachers. Let them know, hey, we want you to come to our city because we out there.
Yeah.
We outside. We everywhere. Don't miss out. Bring your teacher besties. Laugh away the Sunday scaries.
Yeah.
And the crazy school year. Also, shout out to teacher speakers. If you want to spice up your PD, put a little razzle dazzle on top of it. A little razzle dazzle. You can go to teacherspeakers.com and book any of us amazing comedians, social media influencers. But most importantly, we're teachers.
Can you imagine the chaos of the three of us going to Texas?
Yeah,
to
don't
do
book
PD?
all us at the same time.
We could just go up there and talk.
The whole stage gonna be ADHD.
Literally, it's just gonna be us yelling at each other.
They playing leapfrog up there.
Might have to get like a little mini pool to do a belly flop into.
That would be you, because I would not be doing that.
I'm down.
I will hype you up though.
Honestly, Texas, bring me there. Get me a little tiny pool.
Yeah.
I'll belly flop into it for your PD.
So get on teacherspeakers.com. It's a teacher watching this right now that's like, hey, I'm getting on teacherspeakers.com.
They're going to do it.
And I'm finna tell my principal that man said he a belly flop. And the principal going to be like, nah,
that would see that. A whole lot of people to continue.
The morale would be incredible.
Yeah.
And then they can bring me to one of their gas stations that are like the size of Rhode Island.
Gas station is wild. Because what the
that
gas
took a
station
turn.
In Texas, they have massive gas stations.
You know how not everything in life deserves eternal storage? Well, that goes for your files too. We all hang on to too many things. Old downloads, duplicate photos, giant files from projects we don't even remember anymore. And before you know it, your Mac and your cloud storage are stuffed. That's where Clean My Mac comes in. Specifically, their brand new cloud cleanup feature. This tool connects to your iCloud, Google Drive, or OneDrive and spots the space wasters you probably forgot you were carrying around. And here's the cool part. All the scanning happens right on your Mac, so your data stays private and secure. You can choose whether to remove files completely or just clear them out of your cloud storage to instantly free up space. If you change your mind, no problem. You can restore them. It's like hitting the reset button on your storage without losing control. And Cloud Cleanup is just one part of Clean My Mac. You also get tools like Smart Care, which keeps your Mac optimized in the background. Space Lens, which actually helps map storage so you can see what's hogging space. And even an anti-malware engine to make sure your Mac stays safe. Honestly, paying attention to your cloud storage isn't just good for your Mac. It's good for your mental health and your wallet. No more paying extra for space you don't need. So if your Mac or your brain feels cluttered, give it some love with Clean My Mac. Get tidy today. Try it free for 7 days and use our code DUTY20, DUTY 20 for 20% off. That's DUTY20 for 20% off with Clean My Mac.
Right?
Anyway,
don't they?
wow. He's a smart teacher.
You
can't know about them
don't
gas
just
stations.
be like, yeah, then you guys could bring me to one of your gas stations.
No, they have gas stations that are enormous. They're like the size of Rhode Island.
I just feel like maybe you should lead with that
Yeah.
instead of be like, yeah, then take me to one of your gas
he
stations.
wants to come. I actually really do love doing the conferences. They were like an adjustment at first because I'm used to the comedy tour, but they really are fun. Like it's a little bit more like professional environment, but you also having a good time. Like it's fun. And I'm a nerd, so I collab with other teachers while I'm there.
Of course you do.
I always find the other English teachers and I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing when you teach figurative language? What are you guys doing?
Can you give me all your lesson plans?
Yeah, can I see your lesson plans? Actually, like, can I see your lesson plans? I'm like, it's 8 pages.
You don't want to see that.
So anyway,
exactly.
check out teacherspeakers.com. We actually will have some really good speakers on there. So it's going to be awesome. So this episode, I'm actually looking forward to our little episode topic. We're going to talk about social media, how to teach our kids how to use social media wisely,
right?
And not being controlled by it and it having like a negative impact on their mental health.
Yes.
And I mean, my God, it's like I think that when we were kids, the internet was relatively new.
Yeah.
You know, like Google is younger than us.
Yeah, which is crazy. We had dial-up.
Like that's the craziest thing. But it's like in our generation, we started seeing how the internet can expose you to pretty bad things.
Yes.
And I think that the generations that are like our parents had no idea how much bigger it was going to get.
Yeah.
Like they thought it was going to stay there. So they just focused on like, you know, don't bully people, don't do this and this, like the basic things that are kind of common sense. But welcome to 2025.
It is wild.
I also think one of the biggest things is because our generation was the ones growing up on it. I don't think people realize how much that stuff follows you. How many times do we see people putting things out maybe when they're younger? And this is what I tell a lot of my students now, where they're posting videos, pictures, or they're making these posts because they're beefing or whatever. I'm like, that once you put it out there, like that's your digital footprint. Yeah. Yes.
Yo, third graders posting stuff?
My third graders have their own social media accounts.
Peyton Wood when she gets third grade next year. Heck no, Miss Mama.
And a lot of the times they're not monitored.
Yeah. 100%.
So it's kind of like no one is really teaching them.
Oh, yeah.
And we were the first ones that when we were younger, we probably thought, oh, like I'll just say this when I'm on MySpace or when Twitter came out.
MySpace, man.
You know,
Oh my God, throwback.
And we just thought, oh, it's out there, whatever, it's gone.
Yeah.
But then when it comes, I remember, so I'm an AKA, right? And I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm an AKA. I crossed at my school, UNC Charlotte. Shout out to Kappa Kappa.
Okay.
Yes. It's a sorority.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm not in a sorority, and I knew.
I thought.
You never heard of AKA?
I know what a sorority is, but I thought you were saying also known as. I don't know what AKA is. I'm like, also known as what?
Okay, I am also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
See, this would have helped.
The Kappa Kappa chapter.
The Kappa Kappa chapter?
Yes.
Tyler is one of the funniest people.
Okay, moving past that, I remember like there were some people who possibly wanted to go Greek life, and you know your social media presence is a part of your application. And me knowing this, like I went back in my Facebook, back in my Twitter, and I'm like took down anything that could because that can come up on jobs. It can come up.
People really social don't media. Understand that it people can come up will on their jobs.
Dig. And our kids are young to where they may not be thinking 10 years, 15 years from now, but that stuff still holds on to you.
Yeah, because how old is Google? When was Google?
98, 99?
1998?
Something like this. Maybe 97.
It is just wild. Because y'all remember Ask Jeeves? Do y'all remember that? You guys are...
I don't know.
Nope, age yourself.
Say that, though, no. I feel like it sounds familiar. 27.
How do you?
28.
Yeah, I'm 35. Nope.
See, but nobody would ever have guessed it. Nobody would ever have guessed
I don't remember Cha-Cha. You could text Cha-Cha and ask it a question. Yeah, never.
Nope.
Do y'all remember Scarlett Takes a Tumble?
Scarlett Takes a Tumble. If I saw it, I might. Is it a video?
Yeah.
The only thing
y'all remember Marcel the Shell?
No. Oh, yes, I know that.
I'm gonna stop saying stuff.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Why? What's that about?
It's funny. That Marcel the Shell seemed like something.
Marcel the Shell.
It's just.
Is it a seashell?
No.
What kind of shell? I don't know what kind of shell it is.
We'll show you.
Okay, yeah, show me after because that sounds fun.
It's just weird. It's a weird.
But it's kind of funny. He got a little
his voice,
funny voice.
Yeah, his voice.
Marcel the Shell.
Yes, and it's very.
So this is what you were raised on.
Wait, Marcel the Shell on Dorito. Marcel the Shell, and I'm on the Dorito.
He just sounded.
This is what he sounds like.
Yeah.
I never want to watch this video.
He's funny though. He's sweet.
But I think the thing about it is that like, aside from like the obvious dangers of social media and how much you can screw yourself by, posting something that you were just like young and stupid and you didn't know any better. Like, that's a fact. And you need to use common sense when it comes to social media. But this generation, especially,
it's great.
You have such an opportunity to make so much money and make such an impact and completely change the course of your life.
Well, think about how we've changed it, because when before we started as like teacher influencers or whatever, there were influencers, but it wasn't like how we are. Like,
and I always talk about, like, I feel like when I don't know about you guys. Well, you have educators in your family, right?
My dad, but he's like just in the last couple of years.
Do you?
No.
So when I was growing up, and still now, majority of us only hear bad things about teachers. We're tired. We don't get paid. All the terrible. And so I didn't have educators in my family. And then even on social media, I only hear terrible things about the school system, whatever. And I feel like one of the positives that I've seen people comment on, any of our pages is, oh, you inspire me to be a teacher, or like the being the light and the positive and using that. And even it's not just, the teachers in my school that see it, but you could be a teacher in London and see the light.
My
you
aunt
could be
lives in Dubai.
Anywhere.
100%.
Like, text my mom and was like, somebody was like showing me a video. And she was like, that's my niece. Yeah. And the lady was like, that's not your
Without
niece.
Social media? Without social media, like...
But that's the thing, is like one thing that I really loved about when my platform started getting bigger is because one of like the initial goals of my like content creating journey or whatever is like around the world, everybody has their opinions about America.
Right. Yeah.
And as time goes on, those opinions are going to get better, they're going to get worse, whatever. But when it comes to education, everyone's kind of developed this assumption that like all educators are, again, underpaid, so they don't really like what they're doing. And there are like some of them that just blindly go with it. But I wanted an opportunity to show people around the world what at least one example of a classroom in America can look like.
Not a blanket.
If it's not for everybody.
Example. I am not the representative of
and even if even if one of us was, like, we're not perfect any day.
Yeah.
But if I can show a video of me and a student laughing, having fun, being silly, making their day a little bit better and enjoying school, it's worth it any day of the week. Yeah.
And that's why I feel like with my class economy stuff that I do with my class.
So cool.
So sick.
There are some people that don't know what that is. So
I have my kids, do jobs in the class, like majority of us have done or seen done. However, there's a whole system to it now that we roll out throughout the year where they get paid. They have to, pay rent at the beginning of each month.
Graders.
Yeah, we talk about inflation and savings. They can buy rewards. They can apply for jobs. Then by the end of the year, they've seen me do it since August to where, before the year's over, they're running it. It's a whole like system that they are running in itself.
It's crazy.
And I'm excited because without social media, now I have teachers all over the world implementing this. So me knowing that that's going to be my plan to roll out as a structure, as a thing that people can follow me step by step online and doing, and me actually being able to like hold their hand and help them build it within their own classroom. But like without social media, it would have just been me doing it in my classroom.
No one would have heard of it.
Right.
But now I can touch so many people and hearing how I'm putting it out there, but my students are. Because I tell this story all the time. But one moment that sticks with me forever, I think it was like 2 years ago. I think it was in my first class. I had a girl in my class and she had a younger sibling in kindergarten or first grade. And her older sister that was in my class had a birthday. And I'm at Walker's and I'm talking to the little sibling. And I'm like, oh, it was her birthday. Like, what did she get? She was like, oh, she got $20. I'm like, $20. Like, whoa.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is she going to buy? What is she going to do? Her little sister looked at me. She was like, no. Like, she's going to save it.
Oh, my gosh.
And here I am, the one who, like, implemented this whole class economy and teaching my students to save and budget and, thinking about expenses not just next month, but because a lot of my kids come from households where they live paycheck to paycheck. Sure. You know what I'm saying? And Charlotte in general comes from, a lot of different statistics where they're coming from years and generational poverty. So dealing with, systemic things as well.
Of course.
But,
talk about it.
Right. Okay. And just listening to this student that I didn't even touch yet.
Yeah.
Has not even been in my, she's in kindergarten, really first grade, whatever. And she's like, she's looking at me like,
why are you surprised that she saved it?
Saving it. And I'm like,
no,
but don't you feel like sometimes we don't think they're listening to us, but they listen
and
more than we think
they listen. And they're teaching. Mm-hmm. That's powerful.
But the thing is, they'll listen if it's being implemented in a way like that. Like when your course gets rolled out, I would be super excited. I would honestly like be annoyed if I didn't find out that classrooms around the world are implementing in their own classes.
And the thing is, I know it's a need because people keep asking for it.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
But I would have never known it was a need without the social media aspect of people even knowing this was a thing. But I think also it's like we talk about how, you know, even with admin, it's easier for us to digest things when people model it and people show us. And I think with social media, and we teach our kids that not just to read about it or to just see it, but be a part of it, teaching it and showing it. So people are seeing me roll it out with my own class and how successful in the conversations we have unfiltered, unedited, whatever it means. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
And like you said, third grader, they're 8 and 9.
Right. I'm like, my daughter would be in third grade next year. And I'm like.
And there are some adults that don't get the concept of rent. Like,
100%.
Okay. You know,
like, girl, you can't buy that Louis Vuitton bag. Like, same price your rent.
Like when I was teaching high school, it was like so many kids were behaviorally disruptive students.
Yeah.
And you would sit down and you talk to them and you'd realize that these kids, intellectually speaking, are way past what I'm trying to teach them.
Yeah.
Macbeth, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like they understand the whole concept. They understand the plot. They understand like the figurative language and all this. They want to do things that are going to affect them the year after they graduate.
Yeah.
So if those kids could have been introduced to something like your classroom economy earlier, they wouldn't feel like they're getting their time wasted by school and they wouldn't feel like they need to do something crazy in order to fill time because they're bored.
And there are a lot of kids that think school is a waste of time.
Yes,
100%.
And the beautiful thing is once you tie in real life to the academics, they buy into it even more. And the thing is, like, you can keep like taxes, all of these things can be added into it, which is just like the amazing part of it.
But it shows our kids the positive side of social media, because I think, especially with like, there's just this group of kids, like they can be so mean to each other sometimes online. Like they don't really. I'm like, you're talking to a real person. Like that, and but it's so easy to like get online and like type something. Especially if you can like feel like you can be anonymous, like it's easy to get online.
Oh, for
sure.
I'm
like, you're spewing hate, like, but they see adults doing the same thing though, and so I'm like, there is a way to like teach them how social media can be like a positive thing, but also this is bad for your mental health sometimes. It's okay. Even one of the things like I teach kids, it's okay to unfollow somebody if it makes you feel some type of way. When you like, there have been people that I've had to unfollow because every time I see their content, especially as a content creator, I have this thing where I compare myself to other content creators that started at the same time as me. And I finally got to a point where I was like, you need to unfollow these people because, and it's not a representation of them. It's for me, like my own sanity. Because I'm like, you are comparing yourself to people who are in a different place than you, that you don't know people's background. And so I've used that to help my kids. I'm saying, hey, you don't have to be friends with somebody on Snapchat if every time they watch your story, they're saying something negative. Like, bro, you can block them.
Literally.
And then you don't have to, and people have access to you because you're giving them access to you. You don't have to give people access to you.
And I have this conversation also with my students of, you might be social media. They think that just because you are friends with someone on Snapchat, Instagram, that they're really your friend. And then when I ask them, I'm like, well, who is this person? And they have no idea. No, I'm like, you don't know. Oh, they're a 12-year-old girl. Yeah.
No.
You don't know
Roblox
that.
But Roblox is the same way. Roblox is like unsafe.
You know, I didn't know the depths of what was going on.
It recently is insane. Learned. So my daughter has just gotten to a point where she's like, Mommy, I just love Roblox and Minecraft so much.
They love it.
And like, it don't make sense to me, but she's second grade and she loves Roblox. But I had to go in and add all these parental controls because if parents don't, like, you just, in your mind as a parent, because we're always like running around and busy and stuff, you just think like, oh, it's a game, they're playing,
I didn't know
there are people that can message them on there. There are some of those games are like, And there's little bitty kids playing that stuff and talking to random. Oh, baby, I locked that junk down more than Fort Knox.
I didn't know that.
It's for Roblox but anything that you don't monitor and consume in moderation can be negative. We all have sat and doom scrolled when something crazy has happened in the news, and we've just sat there and scrolled, and we're like, I need to look at something else.
Yeah.
Yes. I need to, but if us as adults have a hard time stopping and saying, I need to go outside or go read a book or go play with my dog.
But understanding that those people that you're interacting with, just because they put out whatever profile picture or whatever name, that does not make it real.
Yeah.
It does not, and it can be very scary. It can be very unsafe. I'm like, who is this person you're talking to? Oh, we're friends.
Especially the third graders. That is wild to me.
It's so young.
That is wild to me because Peyton is 2nd grade. She literally will be in 3rd grade next August. And I'm like,
yes,
I can't imagine her talking to some random person on the internet.
Yeah. And it's it's almost a shame to me because it's there are all these dangers around social media. And obviously, if you're not smart with it, you're putting yourself at potential risk. Right. But what I loved talking about with high schoolers is that it's you can legitimately make a career out of this. Yeah. If you're putting out high quality content that you've practiced and you put time into, you can turn your personality into a career path that people will actually want. And we've talked about this on the podcast before. I think we've talked about it in some capacity. It's I used to get my desk put in the hall. Because they were like, Tyler, shut up. Yeah. And I used to go out there and I would sob because I was I was like, no one wants to hear my voice.
And now look at,
and powerful. I got taught, shut up. Yeah. I got taught no one wants to hear your voice. Shut up, listen, figure it out, pass the tests. And that was the mentality that got forced into me for 10 years. Yeah. So then when I got into high school and college, I was much more willing to quiet down before I spoke up. Yeah. And I wish, I don't know if it would have gone the same way if I had gotten into social media in the way that I am now back when I was in college. But I'm realizing now that it's I'm getting invited onto a podcast because there's someone who wants me to talk. Yeah. I have 5.6 million people who followed because they saw something that I spoke in and liked it enough to want to hear another one.
Yeah. Remember we talked about how I always felt like I was too loud or too obnoxious.
Oh, I got in trouble all the time.
Yeah, and I tried to be you need to calm down. Everything's not funny.
Yeah, and it's funny because it follows you because I'm all right, I started doing the short form stuff and I was all right, people will only like it if it's only for a couple of seconds. And then I started playing around with the classroom horror stories on YouTube. And it's people will listen and want to listen to me say these crazy stories and respond to them and give my takes on it. Yeah. And now it's 300,000 people on YouTube that are when's the next episode?
And these kids are watching that and they're what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a YouTuber.
Right?
And remember when people used to say that? When people used to say that when I was younger, people were okay.
You want to be a YouTuber?
Yeah.
But now it's no, this is a real thing that you can. Yes. But soon I feel they're going to, in the next 10 years at maximum, they're going to come out of class for social media. They have to.
They already have
going to be an elective.
Well, they have courses. Yeah. I don't know if it's
at schools.
I've seen there was a teacher who actually has a class that is dedicated to. I don't think it's called social media, but it's creative.
Is it the trends in marketing?
I don't know.
I saw one college level course that was social media trends in marketing. So that you can learn how to create marketing for brands as a content creator.
Do you know how much money?
Dude,
people make
much money.
You don't even have to be the face. Yeah. You could just come with the even if it's me, I'm I don't know how to create a skirt.
Right.
A brand reach out to me. If you give me
send me the brief.
Yeah.
Send me the creative brief.
Come on in.
Please. Because I don't have the ideas, but someone that can create those things that is doing that is and they might not even want to be in front of the camera. Right. They're just
it's this generation's it's this generation's creative writing.
100%.
It's what's the Dr. Miami?
Who is that?
Yeah.
What?
Is he a plastic surgeon?
Yes.
Yeah.
His content is so funny and so legit and just so relatable to every trend. But he has
Dr. Miami.
He has a what is she called? She's
Like an intern?
Is it like his social media assistant?
It's like his social media girl. And she's in a lot of the videos too. But like, he's a legit doctor, but his stuff is so good that people are
the doctor's offices do it. I saw a car dealership doing that Beyonce thing where they was like,
the car dealership.
I followed them. I was like,
and you know,
he's got 3.4 million followers.
He's hilarious.
Shout out to the real Dr. Miami.
And some people really be like, are you like a real doctor? And he's like, you know, and he's like, no, like, are you like, but his content is so good. But even like you were
surgeon.
Saying, yes, but even you were saying like the car dealership ones,
I love freaking
hilarious.
Or the restaurants that come out.
They be taking me out.
Yeah. Also, I think that it's important. I'm gonna like give my own side of things, but I think it's important to open people's eyes to the career that social media can be.
It is a career.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys. I actually am curious to see like what your thoughts are, and obviously we don't have to like talk about like what brand deals pay, but I do. No. But the thing is, I've heard enough people, and when I was getting into influencing too, and when I was getting into content creation, I'd be looking up like videos about conversations like this so that I could hear like what are the real numbers and how do you determine those things. And most people said what you just said, where they're like, they pay well, and God damn it, they do.
They really
but I want to give everybody like some clarity. I don't know if it's just adult teachers watching this, or maybe there's like some kids or whatever.
Kids that watch the podcast.
Anyone who's wondering how like the brand deal situation with content creation can go, I want to tell you what I've done for it. I always follow the 1% rule when it comes to like discussing for brand deals, right?
Like
which means your following number, the 1% of that number to the dollar amount is what you can understandably charge for a video.
Right.
Meaning Dr. Miami had 3.4 million.
Right.
1% of 3.4 million is 34,000. That man can go to a brand and say, I'll do one video on TikTok for $34,000.
That's realistic.
Yeah. That's real. You can do that once a month with 15 different brands, and then in a year, you're making $1 million.
That's wild.
So this is where I connect the dots on being safe during social media and utilizing it for what it's worth is if you can keep your head on straight with posting and post things that are actually giving to the world and showing who you are in a positive light, you create a path to grow a following. And with that following, you can connect that to so much business,
but I want to say
completely
something about the positive aspect. Yeah, because there are influencers who have large accounts. Yeah, but the content they create is not conducive to what a brand is.
No brand will pay them.
There are people that did not realize that because there are people that started getting big.
You need to be brandable.
Getting big at the same time as us. Yep, and they don't get brand deals because the content that they started on, a brand cannot. It's not in a positive light.
And they spend 4 hours a day reaching out to brands, and every brand takes 2 looks at what they're making. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
It's like a job interview.
Exactly.
But what I also love about it is it allows you to maybe follow a passion that if you did not have it, you wouldn't have the security that you do now. Like for like teachers. Okay, our salary is our salary,
minimal,
right? But
minimal.
I'm not gonna lie. When I went into teaching, I was like, I'm 3 and out.
Yeah,
I'm 3 and out.
Really?
For one, when I graduated, I wasn't gonna step foot in the classroom. I didn't even take my licensure test. I didn't take my licensure test. All of my classmates were taking their licensure test. Yeah. So for me, I was going to go back to school to get my master's in like behavior or like something with diversity. Like that was the vibe I wanted to do. And then work in like a private sector or ed tech, something.
Sure.
But then COVID happened and I was like, man, I'm not doing that. So I applied to one school in Charlotte and I was like, okay, bet. Got it. And they hired me in 3rd grade, which I just did my internship and absolutely loved it. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
Was your internship 3rd grade?
Yes. Aww. So I was like, okay, like I'll take
Me trying to send my baby to your class next year.
Yeah, and I'll be
just
there.
Go next stage.
But I was like, okay, I'll take this. And I'm going to be 3 and out.
Yeah.
My 3rd year, I posted my first video because I was like, I can't live off of this.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't. Yeah. I was doing summer school. I was doing... private tutor. I was like, I can't.
It is disgusting that we don't pay teachers a livable wage.
It's ridiculous.
It's
not in a single livable wage. I should not have to be like, well, if I had a partner, maybe I could.
Right.
No, I shouldn't have to think that. But my 3rd year, I posted my first video and I'm like, oh, like this can help me pay my rent. Oh,
right.
Maybe I can afford a car payment. Oh, maybe I can send my mom my phone bill money and not have her, pay for the, like things like that. Where now I can still stay in a passion of mine and a job that I genuinely love, but I don't have the financial burden because I have this opportunity, which is now not just a blessing to me, but my family, my kids, my community, the other teachers, like it benefits.
That helped me. Mine helped me break like generational poverty. Like, I can take care of my daughter, like she has no. My daughter asked me the other day, she said, "Mommy, you didn't have a TV in your room when you were a kid?" I was like, "Girl, no, we had no TV." Yeah. I said, "Me and all three of your aunties slept in the same bed." She's like, "Mommy, you slept in the same bed? I got my own bed." I'm like, "I know."
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I did that. Yeah.
It makes me like so happy, like as a mom, to like be able to like do social media and give my kid like what I didn't, have as a kid. But social media really changed our entire lives though, But there are some people that social media has ruined their lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we have all seen the downfall of people who did not realize the consequences of them saying certain things. Like you have a ethical responsibility, especially us as teachers. There are certain things we cannot say, on the internet if we are teaching because our students are watching.
100%.
And our voice holds weight.
Yes, it does.
It holds weight in so many rooms that we don't even know people are listening.
Because two of my kids came to school the other day. I was like, "My mom watching you on TikTok." I was like, "Oh, Lord."
Well, what does she think
about? Did you see that story that was completely about her? I hope not.
No, but we have a lot of kids that watch the podcast. It surprised me, but then I thought about it. If I was a kid, I would watch a podcast too because I'd be like, I want to know what the
our teachers think about.
Yeah, I want to know what the teachers think about us, and they real people. I thought they slept at school.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or when they see you in the grocery store, they're like, "What are you doing here?"
Oh my God,
me running in the opposite
I will run
direction.
literally sprinting.
I told my kids one year that they were like, "Where do you live?" I was like, "Here." Like, I'm here.
And you know they'll believe you.
They did. They thought in the closet I had a pull-out bed. Or, the best year when it was COVID and all they knew was Miss Lattimore on the computer.
Yeah.
And
Lord,
I would get the dings from my email that my kids were joining my Zoom at like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock. Because they just thought Miss Lattimore, I'm going to join her classroom Zoom at whatever time. And it was funny because one time I actually did like go on there when I saw one of my students. Love her to death.
We're not in class.
And she was like, I answered, I opened it, she was there, I let her in. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like, it's like 11 o'clock at night. She's like, "Oh, I wanted to tell you, my brother did." And she just wanted to talk to me. And I'm like, "Miss Lattimore's at home. Like, I'm not, like,"
she's like, she
just knows
online.
I'm just here waiting for everybody to join my Zoom.
I was like, at least she turned her camera on.
Like, hello, I'm in
their cameras on.
She was like, I was just waiting. She was just waiting in my waiting room for me to let her in.
COVID was like really a wild time. Like,
I obviously like teaching during COVID was insane, and that was the same year that I was doing my master's. So it was like the first half of the year up until March, I was like going into the first year of school at like 6:30 in the morning, getting hit on by that woman in the lounge, working until after school, doing after school, going from after school over to Emmanuel College where I did my master's, and then then getting home at like 10 in person for a little bit.
So you started 2019?
2019, I graduated 2020. The year of 2019, 2020 is when I was doing my first year.
College in 2019?
Yep.
I graduated 2020.
From college?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
1 year later.
She's like,
I graduated in 2012.
2012?
God, now you ain't gotta say it like that.
Damn.
Wait, you graduated college in 2012?
Damn.
Well, that was like when Kevin Hart asked Don Chena how old he was, and he said, "Damn." Oh,
Damn.
He said, "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I was going to high school.
In 2012? Oh my God.
I graduated high school in 2016.
What a diabolical
I was like an
laugh.
idea for my parents in 2012.
Shut up. Oh, that's the third time.
That's
How many
8.
times is that?
Oh, we're doing great.
You know what?
No, that's the thing is that it's like one of the favorite conversations I ever had with students in high school was like pointing out the fact that they have strengths and qualities that could do incredibly well on a social media platform. Like there are kids who love coding. And I'm like, sick. You can go be a coder. Literally,
they love
you can go off and be a coder, or you can make a YouTube channel explaining to kids how to code.
Yes.
And you know who kids will watch? Kids.
And you know what's even better? You could do both.
Yes.
And here's the funny part of it.
You're right
I had 2 kids. and obviously I'm not going to say their names, but they were 2 kids in my 11th grade class.
Shout out to Anonymous.
They were both, so one kid was just really into like cinematography, wanted to be like a videographer, content creator, whatever. And the other kid, I'm going to be honest with you, he was just way too smart for his own good, and he was screwing around because of that. He like caused problems everywhere, didn't trust any teacher to teach him anything they didn't already know. Understandable. But to most people, it'd be like, he's just like being an a-hole, right? And I remember like talking to him about it. I was like, you could like make something out of this. You're smart enough to do 1,000,000 times more than I ever will. And he was like, Mr. J, I have an idea. Me and him, we're going to make a podcast and we're going to rate whether or not girls are hot.
All right.
And I was like, well, like you missed the point of it. And I told him, I was like, here's the thing. I love that you're willing to try something on a creative side of things. And I told him, I was like, you need to understand, you will never go viral spewing hate like that. You will never make any money spewing hate like that. You will never turn it into something that's worth doing. You're just going to quit it, and then it's going to exist forever.
They don't understand that forever concept.
And then when you're working a job that's the highest you can get with being like a hateful person, you're going to wish you could go back and do something more beneficial. I told him, I was like, you could make a podcast about what it's like to be a high schooler going to a public school in a city. You know who's going to watch? The 100 million kids that are in high school in the city.
And even the ones that are not in the city, because how many times do I watch content that I don't necessarily see on my day-to-day, but I'm like, and I'm like soaking it up. I'm like watching stay-at-home mom videos. I'm like, I'm not a stay-at-home mom, but this is great.
But it's like, I see videos that I put up back in like 2020 when I first started out, and I was like, these suck. But how beautiful is it to look at the videos that we make today and be like, these are dope. You know, I understand the editing, I understand the audio, I understand like all of like the little nuances that make content good. It's like, for the kids watching this, or the teachers that are trying to make words out of it for their kids, it's like, you have so much time to make something incredible and utilize the generation that you're in to make an impact that you never could otherwise.
And we can use these skills that kids already have on social media in our classroom. I know a lot of times, like, you know, the whole like kids can't have phones in their class. I understand it, right? It's like a law to where, you know, we get it, right? But one of the things I love, I used it like 2 years ago. It's a website called like Seesaw. And
I've heard of this.
Yes. Oh my gosh. If you've never used Seesaw.
What is it?
It's basically like, okay, as the teacher, I have my portal or whatever. And let's say we're learning multiplication, right? So I say, Shelby has 5 buckets and each bucket has 10 crayons. How many crayons
50.
do I have in total? Okay.
Did I get it?
Yes, but give me a second. On Seesaw, they can type an answer, they can write a picture and answer, or they can record themselves, like a video, and answer whatever question, explain it. I can hear them talking. It's great for like students with IEPs that might not be as strong in reading, right? For my L students, they get to practice, you know, English speaking with certain vocabulary. And then for my high flyers, which is really great, it gives them a chance to not just digest what they're learning, but also spit it back out. So now, and then you know what I would do? Let's say I had a high flyer that he had a great video explaining multiplication. And you know, sometimes me and him could say the exact same thing, but the kids are going to understand him more. I'll pull up his video onto my screen and play it for my class. And now he's like, has this sense of like ownership that he's teaching the class.
I love that.
Through his video.
Come on, differentiation.
You know?
Yeah, right?
And now the kids are like, oh, I get it because Michael just taught the entire class, whatever, you know?
Because they do hear stuff better from their peers sometimes.
What do they sit in front of their phones and they speak to the phone all day anyway. They have the technology. And these websites really, if you find a website like that to tap into those skills and integrate it with the academics, they are so bought in.
But social media taught us how to integrate a lot of technology into the classroom.
And in a safe way to where now they're learning about, okay, you know, they're ironing their skills, they're sharpening the skills that they have in class, funny enough. And then who knows what type of passion or what type of fire this lights under a student to where they're like, oh, like Miss Lattimore played my video in front of the class.
They feel so good about
really
it.
Good at this and explaining. And they will then take that that skill.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we underestimate how much recognition, like,
It's true.
You know, they like that kind
but
of stuff.
it's also, it's like, what's beautiful about social media and that people don't take advantage of is that there are 100 billion niches. If you like doing hair, if you like doing makeup, if you like shoes, if you like fashion,
eating in front of a camera,
eat in front of a camera,
making coffee,
literally make coffee, make food, do anything. Like the thing that you're like, I kind of enjoy doing this, but I don't think there's much of an audience for it.
Yeah,
there is.
I like one of my 2 favorite ones.
What?
Oh God, is it ASMR?
No. Ugh. I love the carpet cleaning.
Oh, where it's like a ruined carpet?
The really dirty carpets.
Wait, I know what you're going to say.
And the guy who cuts lawns. Oh, I love that guy.
It. That guy is...
he like cuts down bushes. Oh, I love that guy.
Is he a lumberjack? Does he wear a shirt?
No, we know you love lumberjacks, though.
Okay, let's...
we know that Bree loves a good lumberjack.
On that note, so this has been a great episode talking about, I forgot what we were talking about, but anyway.
Safety, social media.
Yeah, safety on social media. I'll smack you after this episode.
That counts as 2 shut up Tylers.
I didn't say shut up Tyler, but you can shut up Tyler.
There it is.
I'm all for that. I can accept that one. That one feels fair.
This has been a good set of episodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
my
haven't seen
God.
you guys in a while.
No. It was so nice.
We're gonna run it back. We're all gonna be in Brooks.
Yeah, I'll have mine.
Yeah,
I'll bring mine next.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm keeping these. These are my platform Brooks. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you got Brooks? Oh, yeah. That's what started off the conversation.
ADHD?
I'm mentally not here. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. I'm somewhere else. No, this is fun. I can do this thing tomorrow.
Yeah, it was great.
It was fun. All right, well, we love you, besties. Follow us on all social media platforms. Follow the Teachers Off Duty podcast. Follow Board Teachers Comedy Tour. Follow Board Teachers. Get your tickets. We'll see y'all later.
See ya.